Hey, you guys, welcome to the Slimy Show. Hit the like and subscribe button. So let's get started. The title of this video is called Kamla the Chameleon, the desecration of faith and the silence of the faithful. My friends, fellow Trinis, people of faith and people of conscience, I sit here not to spread hatred, but to speak the truth that burns within me. A truth that we have all seen with our own eyes, but have been too silent, too complacent to confront. I am angry at the Muslims, and indeed all religious communities, for allowing a demon to wear your religious gear and impersonate you. We are witnessing a sacrilege, and the silence from our religious leaders is deafening. Look at what is happening in front of our faces. Kamla is playing in our faces. This is not politics anymore. This is a mockery. Kamla Persad-Bissessar is pappy showing all of your religions. She treats our sacred traditions like a costume trunk, putting on whatever guise suits a political purpose for the moment. Let me ask you a direct question. Have we had a more demonic leader ever in this country? I want you to think back. When she was sworn in as Prime Minister, she couldn't swear on the Bible. She swore on the Constitution instead. Do you remember that? A leader in a country that prides itself on Christian values couldn't place her hand on the Holy Bible. That was the first sign of the spiritual bankruptcy that we are now seeing fully on display.
You could imagine me. This little cool girl from down wherever.
By having these demons parade around in our religious gear, it lessens the institution of the religion itself. It is no longer sacred. It's now a pappy show, a carnival, a farce. Any politician can put on your religious uniform, even if they are not members of your religion, and all you just accept that. You accept it. For a highly religious country like Trinidad, I find all you accepting way too much of this demonic stuff in your faces. As a former Christian, I was personally annoyed that she couldn't swear on the Bible. It was disrespectful to everything I was taught to hold sacred. But now, as an outsider of religion looking in, I am asking myself a different question. Why do your religious leaders allow this clowning? It goes beyond the local mockery of our faiths. Look at her global alignment. Kamla Persad-Bissessar is supporting the genocide in Gaza. Kamla Persad-Bissessar supports Israel. Kamla Persad-Bissessar is supporting the war in Iran. On the first day of the war, when, they bombed 165 schoolgirls, Kamla Persad-Bissessar and her media team and the whole government came out with their full chest in support of the war in Iran. Before any other government could do it, Kamla was out there with this press release. You remember that? She supported the killing of innocent children. And after that, you Muslims in Trinidad allowed this woman into your mosque or wherever that meeting was held. You let her walk into your sacred place with the blood of those girls on her political hands, and you welcomed her. Shame on you, leaders. Shame on you, supporters of these religions. Shame on you, Muslims. Shame on you, Shouter Baptists. Shame on you. You are letting these people who are clearly not of God, people who are clearly not for the people, parade around in your religious gear. Do you understand what you're doing? You are letting criminals wear your gear. You are letting them impersonate you, to walk among you, to use your faith as a shield for their political ambitions, and all you just accept that. Let me tell you something about how she sees you. If Kamla Persad-Bissessar looks into the mirror and sees a little coolie girl, what do you think she sees you as?
And then my mind go back to what Dr. Rowley spoke about Jamet behavior. Because you are Prime Minister, you're a woman, you're of Indian descent. The word coolie has become, or it is stated as being derogatory. But coolie is total. They still have coolies, like in some Asian countries who carry load on their head, that kind of thing. But it means people who manual labor, unskilled and all that. But it is largely derogatory. And you as a prime minister stand in parliament and say, imagine this coolie here, and calling yourself a coolie. What it tells me, again, I can't certify, I can't prescribe, I can't diagnose when it comes to psychology. I'm not trained that way, but I could have a conversation based on the fact that I did do psychology at Open Campus UD. And for somebody to call themselves coolie, especially in a place like the parliament, it tells me that that is how you just think. And all the negativity to what the coolie means, that's how you just think about yourself, that's how you just behave, that you haven't risen above a coolie, that you still walk around in the clothes, well dressed, well spoken, with the law degree, with silk, and all the history of being Minister of Education, Attorney General, opposition leader, Prime Minister on 2 occasions. You still look at yourself as a coolie. And that says so much. That says so much. Again, I'm having a conversation to even mention that. Now, some people might say using it as a word of empowerment. To surely imagine, look at me. Look where I reach. But I'm saying, even to use it in that context, it says so much about your insecurity and your feeling of self-shame, worthlessness, not up to the task, not worthy. You'll be a disaster as a prime minister. So it comes, that word alone, using it against yourself, especially in that space. When Dr. Rowley spoke about the word chamet, I mentioned you.
Kamla Persad-Bissessar used identity politics to climb the ladder. What do you think she really sees you as, you religious leaders? She sees you as a prop. She sees you as a stepping stone. She sees your religion as a tool to be used and discarded. So I'm calling out to you today. Stop accepting this papi show. Stop letting the demonic walk among you dressed in the garments of the divine. Your religion is not a costume. Your faith is not a political accessory. And it is time, past time, for you to demand that your religious leaders stop accepting this clowning or step aside for those who will protect the sanctity of our beliefs. Thank you.